class.
For sure. That's, a lot of that credit goes to Coach Woods. I mean, Coach Woods had Elijah on campus as a sophomore. It was the first time he was ever up here, so a really young kid. He had a brother that was actually a quarterback that was on our recruiting radar a little bit at that time too, and a teammate that we lightly recruited. So obviously got him up here, and he was a big kid as a young kid, and he just continued to get better, played on a really good football team his sophomore and junior year before transferring his senior year. But I think part of it was just the type of kid he is. I think he got a feel similar to Deuce. Great story, by the way, but similar, he was here, and I think he just kind of knew that this place was a little bit different than most places he had been to. We were upfront and honest. We just had a different aura about this building and how we went to work on things. And then certainly having Fant and Hawkinson grab all the headlines they did, I mean, that didn't hurt. But I think it's got to the point where he just kind of knew he was ready to get the process over with. He felt good about everything here. Reached out to us, and it happened probably a little bit quicker than we thought it would, but certainly it was a good thing. And I know schools were definitely knocking his door down, but he felt very comfortable with Coach Ferentz, Brian, LeVar, and good with everything. So, and probably having Deuce in his ear every day probably helped out a little bit too. Yeah. Sean Constantine gets the assist on that one for sure. Yeah, we've known about Tyler for a really long time too. An Iowa family had brothers that all went to Co. Constantine talked about him all the time, and really we probably could have offered Tyler earlier than we did, but we were upfront and honest and just told him, hey, we want to see a little bit more, keep doing what you're doing. But from the makeup side of things, a really good wrestler, a really good baseball player, a tough kid, a two-way player, never really came off the field in high school. You liked his background. Dad's a wrestling coach. All his brothers were wrestlers. All his brothers grew in college at Co too and hit quite the growth spurt. Just everything about him made sense, but we took our time, and our coaches were honest and upfront. Seth and Tim did a great job with that, and you just love what he's about. He really is. He's the epitome of a great fit at Iowa football. A small town kid, multi-sport athlete, tough, humble, team first type of guy, and competes in all three of his sports and competes at a really high level.